Okay, so I'm re-recording just episode 1 and 2 of this because you know, the many problems with my first attempts. Sorry if you saw the first ones. Here's version 2.0. I love this little, every cyber is bioengineered to appear however they want. I don't know, that's some world building I like right there. Anyway, I already know who my guy is, so let's fucking make him right away. And spell his name wrong right away. It's Carrie. Off to an auspicious start here. Okay, so it's Carrie Ilara is my captain, is my Jim Kirk stand-in, because look at that hair, and they called it something about retro. That's some Jim Kirk shit. And in addition, he wants to fuck every alien in the universe, so he's got that in common with good old James K. Yeah, it even calls it Flashback. I feel like he's also part, in personality, part Philip J. Fry, because he's just a total space dweeb that doesn't know what he's doing and is like, I just wanted to go to space and work on a ship, and now bad things are happening to me. Oh, the third thing I have to mention before I start this fucking adventure is that, they're all, you know, I'm gonna read it out like a storybook. It's a choices book. That's what the fuck you do. So they're all gonna have different little voices, but I'm not gonna make up a different, like, space accent for every creature. I'm just gonna reuse some of the accents that exist here on Earth. Without much the fuck else ado, here goes Across the Void. Chapter 1, Sky Captain. Now playing as Carrie. The battle rages all around you. Enemy fighters zoom in and out, firing at your ship. How much damage have the deflector shields taken? Your pilot Sakai looks down at his data screen. We've lost 70% of shield capacity. Move away from the smaller fighters, avoid any more direct hits. That might not be possible! Void torpedo incoming! And I think the first time I recorded the video, I just like took so long to choose that I fucking chose nothing. Which, you know, is character appropriate for my boy. You turn to Sakai to give him the order, but freeze as you stare at the torpedo heading towards you. Hold on to your nav controls! 2 seconds to impact! The torpedo crashes directly into your ship. Rookie mistake! As lights flash and warning alarm sound, Sakai's fingers fly over the controls. Stabilizing us now, but the ship suffered critical damage. The scanners beside you let out a steady beeping. Is that another fleet of void fighters? It's like 100 at least, plus a handful of battleships. You watch as the enemy vessels appear in the bridge viewport. Ship won't last very long against those. You take a deep breath. We're out of options. We've got to escape while we still can. Leave the fight? That's a huge risk. Sakai getting blown apart isn't useful to anyone. This is our only shot at survival. If you insist. Sakai programs the coordinates. You reach down to switch on the hyperspeed controls, only to see that they won't be recharged for another hour. The hyperspeed's disabled. We're stuck. In a few seconds, the void will blow us apart. Ominous red lights on the void ships flicker as you stare out into the darkness, mind racing for a solution. Wait, if we turn off the life support system, we could boost the engine enough to activate hyperspeed. You want to turn off life support? It'll only be for an instant. You said it yourself will die if we just sit here. I don't know. This will work. Trust me, Sakai. Okay, shutting down now. He reaches out a shaky hand, then switches off the life support. It worked! Hyperspeed's online and ready when you are! Initiating hyperspeed in 3, 2, 1... The moment you press the button, lights flood the room, and the simulation vanishes. Sakai stands up, shaking nervous energy from his arms. I can't believe we're done! You let out a hoot in excitement. Woo! We did it! We finished our captain's exams! I'm in shock that you found a way to bypass the disabled hyperspeed. I never even heard of something like that. Hopefully it was the kind of unusual that'll get me hired for my creativity and not punished for breaking the rules. Sakai bites his lip nervously as the recruiters start filing into the room. Relax, Sakai, you've been talking about getting a job keeping the galaxy safe ever since we were kids. The Vanguard will hire you as a marshal, trust me. You're right, we can do this. He takes a deep breath.
I'll go talk to those Vanguard recruiters while you meet with those luxury transport line owners over there.
Next time you see me, I'll be the captain of the biggest luxury transport ship here. You start walking over to where the most well-known recruiters are, but a muscular Celd blocks your path.
You're the one who shut off the life support on his ship, aren't you?
It's me. Clever,
I can see how someone who's never been in a real situation would think that. Out there in space, life support systems glitch on reboot all the time. A stunt like that could have killed everyone on board.
Or saved them.
Whatever you say. Good luck getting a job. I know I wouldn't hire you aboard one of my cargo vessels.
I don't want the kind of job you're offering anyway. Looking for a respected job, captaining a luxury transport ship. The Celd scoffs.
You want to work on a ship lugging snobby socialites across the galaxy as they lounge around sipping cocktails?
Not everyone smuggles their passengers in cramped cargo crates. Some of us prefer comfortable, legal travel accommodations.
I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a war going on out there. It's the reason the captain's exam now includes a combat simulation. And before the Vanguard can extinguish those filthy Jara, those fancy ships you worship will be nothing more than target practice.
With a sneer, he spits at your feet, then storms away. A second later, Zakai runs up.
Carrie, is everything okay? Was that Celd upsetting you?
Well, it was nothing. Just a bully with too much time on his hands.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
As you look more closely at Zakai, you notice that he's having a hard time keeping a straight face. You're hiding something.
How do you always know?
Whenever you jiggle your knee like that, I know you've got good news.
You got me. I've been offered a job as a marshal.
Of course you're gonna give a big ol' hug. That's fantastic!
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, and you get your first little heart points with Zakai, which, okay, taking a moment here to say that one of the reasons that I'm loving this book and setting up some fucking drama is that I'm having both Carrie and his brother have a crush on Zakai, like, all the way since childhood, but also Zakai has a crush on both of them, so Pixelberry, please let me play this out dramatically to my heart's content, where this shit somehow blows up into some shit. Anyway.
Thanks, Carrie. I couldn't have done it without you by my side. You were always there for me when I started to doubt myself.
He gives you another squeeze before letting you go.
They want me to meet with them.
His smile falters as he looks around and sees that you're the only student left waiting to be recruited.
Do you want me to...
Go on, I'll be fine. You don't want to be late for your new job.
I'll meet you outside after and you can tell me all about how you snagged your dream job.
Zakai hurries over to where the marshals are waiting for him. The moment his back is turned, you let your smile fade.
Do you think I ruined my shot, V?
V lets out a shocked beep from where she always hovers just beside your shoulder.
Never! Don't give up, Carrie.
I shouldn't... Before you can finish your thought, V starts beeping excitedly.
Major hottie alert, I might have to shut down my circuits because he's approaching with a determined and sexy stride.
You follow her gaze and see a tall, graceful dynamis heading straight toward you. His deep voice calls out your name.
Carrie Ilara?
Yes?
My name is Sol. I'm the first officer aboard a Gemini-class luxury transport ship owned by Artemis Enterprises.
Nice to meet you, Sol. I've done a lot of research on luxury transport lines, but I'm not familiar with yours. Sol seems momentarily flustered. He stumbles over his words as he tries to recover from being caught off guard.
I suppose we have a tendency to keep to ourselves. The company itself is...
Right. Oh shit, I so have to redo this with the exact context of, like, so since they say that Sol is super tall, I'm picturing that he's, like, literally, like, 13 or 14 feet tall, like, alien tall. And Carrie's, you know, I said in a different one of these videos, he's, like, 5'7" or some shit like that. So, redoing this line with that context that they're super attracted to each other and, like, he accidentally Freudian slips this shit out.
I suppose we have a tendency to keep to ourselves. The company itself is rather small.
like he's looking down at tiny ass Carrie, like fully trying to not break out into a literal sweat right now. Anyway. He literally says anyway next. Anyway, if you follow me, I have a proposition for you. And this is one where I'm like, they should tweak it, because, like, since they're obviously attracted to each other and he pretty much totally stumbled into accidentally flirting with him out loud, I don't know, is this a romantic proposition? Is, like, a step too bold, and if you took it back just a little bit to be like, oh, do you really? Then you could just be kind of roasting Soul for the fact that he pretty much... Okay, also have to mention, with this specific line, that the third part of Carrie's personality, since I said he's part Philip J. Fry and part Jim Kirk, the third part is fucking SpongeBob SquarePants. Anyway, here we go. Here's Artemis, our new employer. Carrie, let me introduce you to the owner of Artemis Enterprises and my employer, Artemis. Carrie, a pleasure. I watched your captain's exam. You are precisely the kind of captain I want working for me. Really? I was starting to worry. No need to be modest, you are a luxury transport owner's dream. You come up with creative solutions to stay out of trouble.
Definitely had the ship take a direct hit from a torpedo.
There's always room for improvement. Besides, we're on a time crunch here. You'd be surprised how many captains don't have the same knack for avoiding trouble as you do. Especially my last captain.
Did something happen to them?
Never mind that. His mistake is your gain. One of my prize ships, the Atlas, now needs a captain.
Well, I think I'd be a great fit.
The job is yours. You start tomorrow. Meet me at the hangar bay at dawn. The Atlas will depart as soon as you arrive.
I'll get to captain one of your ships. Am I dreaming? I can't wait. Sorry, I never chose that option before in my other fucking playthroughs, so I didn't know he jumps up into the air. Oh, I have to pause just because I'm laughing, and also because my cat just came in my room. Soul looks up from the screen he's hurriedly been typing away on.
I just sent the paperwork over to you, Carrie. Please look it over and have it back to us before tomorrow.
They still call it paperwork in the fucking future? Like, really? Anyway.
Try to wear something that makes the passengers respect you,
she says, which is the fucking indication that you're gonna have to buy an outfit. You don't have to, but I think I decided to. After you finish filling out the paperwork, you step out into the bustling city streets of the space station. You scan the crowd for Zakai. Carrie, I see him, and he's looking good, like a tall glass of starberry julep. You say that every time you see him, B. And every time it's true. Zakai sees you and smiles brightly as you walk over. You quickly fill him in on what happened. Congratulations, Carrie! Or should I call you Captain now? I wouldn't mind you calling me Captain. You shoot Zakai a mischievous smile. Yes, Captain. That's more like it. Zakai falls into step beside you as you start walking towards your favorite local bar. How'd your meeting with the Vanguard go? Good, I think, though I was too nervous to form a semi-intelligent sentence. He glances around the dome of the station, a nostalgic look on his face. I know we spent so much time dreaming of getting off the station, but I'm gonna miss this place, you know? Yeah. You miss me? The thought of not seeing you every day makes my heart ache. I'll come you so often you'll get sick of me. I don't think that's possible. Ships fly over your head as you cross the street, buzzing as they zoom back and forth, and look at the beautiful background. This is it, Zakai. I'm finally gonna be a captain of my own luxury transport ship. Get to see the universe and help others while I do it. Plus, I'm sure you won't be too broken up about leaving your siblings behind. Are you kidding? I'm ecstatic. I don't think I can handle another day listening to them argue, and they're on a different station. My job as a mediator will finally be over. Zakai laughs as he holds open the door to the bar for you. Don't worry, soon it'll be smooth sailing light years away from their meddling. The
step into the lively bar and find yourself instantly lifted to your feet by the anti-gravity dance floor. I know I'm gonna like harp on it a lot, but this is a book with so fucking many cool backgrounds. Look at this shit, appreciate this shit, and the fact that it can never be reused again on another book. As you land near the counter to place your order, the bartender sets a drink down in front of you.
Accept it. Compliments of the Apri over there.
You turn your head to see who sent you the drink and find an Apri with bright eyes staring at you from across the room. Ooh, I'm already intrigued. She's a knockout. The Apri walks over to you with a tentative smile.
Hi there, I saw you come in. I hope you don't mind I bought you a drink.
Hello. I'll never turn down free booze, especially when I'm at a bar.
Good policy. I try to make a habit of not accepting free drinks in alleyways anyway.
What's your name? Before she can answer, someone grabs your arm. Hey! You turn to find your brother, Eos. Carrie! You glance back at the Apri, but she has mysteriously disappeared. Eos, what are you doing here? I'm here to celebrate your new job as a captain, and Zakai joining the Vanguard. You already know. Have you been spying on me? You must think you're so clever, sneaking in to see my captain's exam. We're family, I'd never sneak. All I did was check up on you. I wanted to see you in person and tell you how proud of you I am. Not everyone gets as lucky as you and lands a job as captain fresh out of their exam. It's called skill, not luck. You were a little unconventional. When I took my exam, I flew into the battle instead of away from it. But that's why I got offered a job as a marshal, protecting the galaxy. You roll your eyes. I can't be as brave as you, Eos. Eos follows you to the booth where Zakai's waiting for you. Your brother flashes him a lopsided grin. Speaking of defending the galaxy, Zakai, do you know who your partner's gonna be yet? As Eos speaks, he slings his arm around Zakai's shoulders and gives him a friendly squeeze. Zakai takes a quick sip of his drink to try to hide how his face flushes. No, I haven't been assigned one yet. Really? That's very interesting. A hand touches your back suddenly, and before you can react, arms wrap around you in a tight hug.
Carrie, congratulations on making captain!
You pull away, shocked to see your little sister standing before you. Pax, what are you doing here?
I hacked into the feed from your exam and saw the whole thing. It was stellar.
You watch my exam? Does no one in this family have boundaries? If someone found out my sister hacked into the exam, I could have been disqualified.
Carrie, I didn't mean to screw anything up for you. I'd never do that. Intentionally.
Eos steps closer to Pax and she immediately straightens her posture. You can't just hack into the captain's exam. Pax, there are protocols in place to stop that kind of behavior.
Not everyone can follow the rules as blindly as you do, big brother.
Zakai takes a swig of his drink, then whispers in your ear, I'm gonna head out. I know by now that once Eos and Pax start arguing, it's time to call it a night. Hate to leave you stuck with them, though. I'll be okay. I'm used to their bickering. Meet me by the cadet quarters in about an hour. Will do. I'll need you to help me calm my nerves before my first day. Good luck, Carrie. Thanks, I'm gonna need it. As Zakai walks away, you turn back to your siblings.
You should tell your martial buddies to get a life and stop throwing me in jail.
Maybe if you focus more on your engineering career, I wouldn't have to spend my time bailing you out. You jump in to try to redirect the conversation. I forgot to mention what my first destination as captain will be. The ship is traveling to Matara.
Ooh, the capital planet. How glamorous.
Eos draws his eyebrows together thoughtfully. It's a long journey to Matara, that is, if you intend on taking a safe route through space. The first officer sent me the ship's itinerary already. We'll be traveling along the Cassiopeia route. The Cassiopeia route? That's right alongside a war zone. The only ships that travel near there are Jura and Vanguard battleships. You'll be in charge. Oh my god, this is so the fucking, like, tagline, or the, like, hype-up line for this book. Like, read this shit, guys. Anyway, okay. How do you plan on keeping them happy while dodging in and out of enemy fire? We'll never be in the war zone. Stay out of it. Eos, I can handle it. I don't need my big brother to take care of it. I can do that myself. If that were true, you would be taking the risks more seriously. Pax sets down her drink, linking her elbows with you and Eos.
Enough talking, let's dance.
Dance, this is all a made-up accent, you guys. I don't know if it's Aussie or Kiwi or just cyber. I don't know, I gave Zakai a different one than them, so I guess it's not cyber. I'm gonna skip through this whole dance scene because it's literally just a dance scene and not a whole lot goes down, so I'm gonna physically fast forward through it until the important stuff happens again. I mean, sorry to whoever wrote this. Like, it's fine, I guess. Anyway, before you can finish, your foot hits a large celd in the chest, the same celd from your exam. Uh-oh. The celd roars loudly in anger.
I remember you! You think you can hit me as payback for calling you out at your captain's exam?
I didn't mean to hit you! Lucky coincidence. Consider us even now.
No one pushes me around without paying the consequences!
Pax whirls over to move between you and the celd. Her petite frame is nearly a third of the size of him.
You need to back off, that's my brother you're talking to.
It's funny, all I see is a coward who'd flee from a fight.
He spits the last part in your direction. Pax is about to retort when Eos floats over to gently guide her away. He then addresses the celd authoritatively. Take it easy, I'm a Vanguard Marshal. We can all walk away peacefully. You just turned away when you hear Pax shout,
Carrie, watch out!
Out of the corner of your eye, you see the celd's fist flying toward you. And for the, both, because this is what Carrie would probably fucking do, and for the drama, just get punched in the face! You freeze as the celd's hand slams into your cheek and the momentum sends you flying backward.
Let's see you be clever when there's no life support system for you to cut.
Pax launches herself at the celd as she lets out a battle cry.
Get your grubby hands away from him!
The celd growls and rips Pax off of him, his fingernails drawing blood.
Pathetic gutter rat!
Pax screams as the celd flings her into a group of nearby dancers.
Ah!
You rush to your sister's side. Pax, are you okay? As you untangle Pax from the frightened patrons, Eos throws his body into the celd, sending him flying.
Ugh! What happened to walking away peacefully?
The celd tries to kick your brother as Eos approaches, but Eos catches the celd's leg and flings him into the glass window. You went after my siblings. Peace is going out the window, and so are you! You speed through the air, rushing to help Eos as he dodges the celd's punches. Carrie, hold down his left wrist while I get cuffs on him! Eos removes a pair of cuffs from his martial belt and clamps them down on the celd's wrist, which, of course, to fuck it up and to make them get in a fight, I'm gonna have Carrie totally do it wrong. The other wrist, Carrie! Whoops. Eos spins upside down over the celd, then slaps the cuff down on the other wrist himself. Instead of giving up, the celd pumps his cuffed arms into the glass wall of the dome. Ugh! Stand down now, backups on the way. I suggest you don't make this any more difficult for yourself.
I'll tear this whole place apart if it means taking you down with me.
He pounds on the glass again with his exceptional strength. A tremor ripples through the room.
Let's see how you handle a real-life situation outside of the simulation room.
Doesn't look good. What should we do? If that glass cracks, this whole space station will collapse. The bar shakes again as you frantically search the room for some kind of solution. Got it! Pax, disable the zero-gravity controls.
Good thinking, bro.
Down below, Pax somersaults over to the zero-gravity control panel.
So just take a sec.
As the celd bangs on the glass, Pax's fingers speed over the controls. Pax, hurry!
I need everybody else to get off the dance floor this instant.
The other dancers scream and fly over to the booths on the far side.
Cutting the power.
You, Eos, and the celd drop suddenly toward the ground, Eos crashing on top of the celd, while you fall directly on Pax. Eos drags the celd to his feet as a group of marshals swarms inside to retrieve the rabble-rouser.
Get your filthy hands off me!
You stand up, then help your sister. Nice going with those controls, Pax. How'd you know the celd wouldn't land on Eos?
Wishful thinking?
Eos shoots Pax a glare, then glances around at the mess left in the wake of the brawl. Since I've avoided being crushed, I'm gonna give the bartender a tip for cleaning this up. As Eos heads over to the other side of the bar, you step outside with Pax.
Nothing like surviving a good bar fight to make you feel alive.
Instead of getting in bar fights every night, you should be using your engineering talents for noble causes. I mean, you hacked into that zero-gravity system like it was nothing. Think of all the good you could do, Pax.
I don't get in bar fights every night. Sometimes it's a street fight or a spirited arm wrestle.
I'm not kidding around. Listen, being the rebel isn't charming anymore. It's fine when you're a kid, but at some point you've got to grow up and stop fighting everyone and everything.
I don't do that.
Spent the first part of the night bickering with Eos and the second part punching a Celd?
That's not fair. We both punched that Celd.
I know, but the difference is this wasn't a normal night for me. Can you say the same? Pax lets out an exasperated sigh.
No, I guess I do have a habit of getting into tricky situations.
No more causing trouble. You have to pull it together.
You're right, something has to change. I promise, Carrie, from here on out, I'm going to turn things around.
I hope for your sake that's true. You and Pax have crossed to the other side of the street when you hear footsteps behind you. Wait up, Carrie! You can't leave the station without saying goodbye to your big brother. Guess I don't have a choice.
Oh, right, I didn't even think about how we weren't going to see you for a while. What'll we do without you?
Without me? I want to do the, option that shows how fucking literal Eos is. Without me, you might kill each other. If either of you's breathing by the time I get back, I'll be surprised. I'd never hurt Pax.
Speak for yourself. You're not being super annoying. I fantasize about dumping a bucket of water on your head.
Oh, well, okay, maybe I've imagined that too, but never of causing any permanent damage. You reach the crossroads on the other side of the street. Well, guess this is goodbye. Pax throws her arms around you, standing on the tips of her toes to reach your neck.
I'll miss you, bro.
Maybe we'll see each other again sooner than you think. You let out a startled chuckle. No offense, brother, but hope not. I'm ready for a fresh start. After you finish saying goodbye to both of them, you head down the street to meet Zakai in front of the cadet quarters. I didn't think you'd ever get away from them. Me neither. How should I celebrate my newfound freedom? I was hoping you'd want to come lay out on the top of the dome with me. Want to stare up at the stars together one last time? He casts his eyes down for a second. There's nothing I'll miss more than the hours we used to spend up there together. Ooh, have Zakai and Carrie already, hooked up before the events of the book? Anyway, of course I paid the diamonds for this one. Carrie loves Zakai. Zakai loves Carrie. Stoking the fires of a Lara drama. Alright, here we go. Let's see some stars. And y'all, is this the first ever time this star background was created? Because now they use it in everything, including, kind of the whole entire, Elementalist concept art. And I feel like ATV was, the first time they used this. Unless, maybe not. Okay, I just thought of a couple other books where maybe this happened first. Anyway, Zakai smiles and lays down for a better view of the stars. It's so peaceful out here. You start to bend down beside him. As you lie down, you place your feet over his, the bare skin around your ankles touching his. This is nice. Surprisingly cozy. Overhead, a shooting star darts across the dark sky. I can't believe this is the last time we'll be up here. I know. I can barely remember when we started doing this. Think of how far we've come. You still are here dreaming of the future. You swore you'd be a captain someday. And you vowed to become a marshal. He turns his head to look at you. We could set a new goal, something to work toward.
Let's promise to come back here together one day. Oh, no matter how far apart we get, this place will always be our place. We'll always find a way back to each other. I wouldn't want it any other way. Neither would I. Well, you sure would, since you like his brother too. You'd want it at least one other way, Zakai. Anyway, you believe how long it's been since we left Cyber? Feels like a lifetime ago that we packed up everything to come here. I was terrified. The only thing that kept me from turning around and going home was having you beside me. I couldn't have been happier to leave all of it behind, especially my siblings. I know Pax and Eos drive you crazy, but the three of you have always been like family to me. When they showed up on the station today after all this time apart, I was glad to see them again. I'd really miss them. I bet you missed Eos's charm. I swear he gets out of almost any situation when he flashes his smile. We're lucky he doesn't use it for evil. Friends like Eos and Pax don't come along every day. They're the only ones who've ever literally taken a hit while defending me before. What? Why have I never had this story? Guess I was embarrassed. You and I must have been about 10. There's this group of kids who pick on me on my way home from your house every day. Sakai, you should have told me. That's terrible. He shrugs, trying to brush it off as nothing. It's typical stuff. They make fun of me for wanting to be a marshal, say that a technical cyber could never become a community cyber. Although Pax was told the reverse, she always hated that. Especially since she hates when anyone tries to tell her what to do. I think it's part of what brought me closer to Pax. You and I were best friends, and Eos and I shared the desire to become marshals. But with Pax, we both felt like outcasts. So what happened that day? I'd gotten one of those marshal badge stickers they give kids. The oldest bully came over and tore it right off me and shoved me to the ground and let the other kids kick me. Eos and Pax came running out of the house, screaming at them. Pax jumped on the back of the kid who'd shoved me and started punching him, while Eos stopped the other kids from attacking me. Were you okay? A few bruises. Pax and Eos kept fighting until the bullies ran away, screaming. Eos helped me up off the ground and said I'd never have to worry about those kids again. And I never did. Not once. I never knew they did that for you. Guess I can't say Eos and Pax were never there for us. Though in my case it was mostly when I didn't want them to be. Zakai lets out a gentle chuckle. You glad you got to see them today? Say goodbye? Yes, despite everything, I love them. They're my family. I know they mean well, even if it doesn't feel that way most of the time. He nudges your shoulder with his teasingly. Nice of you to give them points for effort. You spread your arms out to encompass the vastness of space. Once we're out on our own in the galaxy, all of this will be a million light years away. I'm really glad you came up here with me tonight. Pixelberry coming in hot with the accidentally really sexual sounding phrases, or maybe purposefully, since the little achievement unlocked that they made for this was fucking called Dome Sweet Dome. I'm like, ooh, is that what you were doing up here in all those hours that you talked about spending together? Carrie and Zakai. I could stay like this forever. You've got too much ahead of us to stand still. I'll try to remember that when I'm missing you. As you gaze up at the comet streaking across the sky, you find yourself anxious to be flying among the stars. The next morning, you take one last look at the city streets as you head over to the entrance to the lift. This is it, V. My first day as captain.
The galaxy better be ready because you're gonna be the best captain ever.
As you chuckle, you see Zakai striding towards you in his new martial uniform. I can't believe I finally get to wear one of these uniforms. He tries to smooth down the front of his shirt, but his hands are shaking too much. His expression wavers as he glances back up at you. Do I look okay? I'm worried I don't look the part. Look at him, full body view, look at him. And points to Zakai for being one of the very few males in all of Choices that have arms proportional to the rest of their body. Anyway, wow, damn, Zakai, you look good. Von Dapasaiba. Zakai's face turns bright red. I don't know about that, but thanks. It's probably just a uniform. You're the one making that uniform look handsome. As you step into the lift headed to the outskirts of the space station, V perks up at the mention of clothes, because of course she does. I'm honestly just gonna talk over this whole entire thing, because I already know, well, I mean, you can tell, you can smell it from a mile away when they're going to the virtual closet, but I already know that this is gonna be, like, the only outfit that I buy, at least until the second half of the book, when I think I did end up buying another one. I'm gonna buy this little old Willy Wonka's legacy. There we go. Alright, and motherfucking get the hell out of here, V. Alright, here we go. All set. Wish me luck on my first day. Zakai looks your new ensemble up and down. In that outfit, everyone will follow your orders. I know I would. That's what I'm hoping for. I expect to hear everything about your first day, even the boring stuff. He starts walking across the platform. Come on, I'll walk with you to your ship, then I gotta hurry over to 24A before my nerves get the better of me. You stop mid-step to stare at him. White, the Atlas is docked at 24A. That's right, the Atlas, the senior marshal I'm partnering with, wants me to report to him on board. You hear the sound of your brother chuckling behind you. Yes, I do. I pulled a few strings and got Zakai assigned as my partner. Then I pulled a few more to get us assigned to the Atlas. This way I can keep my little brother safe and the gang is all back together. Eos? Before you can finish your thought, Pax appears and throws her arms around you and Eos.
It's not a reunion without me. I snagged the chief engineering job aboard the Atlas. Pax?
Artemis appears up ahead, waving you over to her. Gary, over here. As you leave, you hear your siblings begin to bicker and Zakai attempting to mediate. You quickly collect yourself to face your new boss. Good morning, Artemis. It's good to see you. We're on limited time here, Gary. Are you ready to see your ship? Yes, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. I feel like everything's been leading me to this. That's exactly how I felt when I captained my first ship. As you step onto platform 24A, Artemis sweeps her hand out with a smile. Gary, this is the Atlas.